Greetings and salutations. I hope everyone's having themselves a mighty fine day. Please like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell down to the goals of the 13-month series as it gets you, and you can stay notified. So, Mazino has interrupted the fight at the very end when it looked like Traumeré could have possibly been in a lot of trouble from Blossom's Flame. There's a few things I want to tackle generally, and a couple of things that I want to tackle in its own specific video. I gave this chapter about a 7.5. I liked it. I didn't dislike it. I just have a lot of questions. And there's a lot of things that aren't sitting right with me on a very personal level. But before I truly comment on those things, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until I know this fight is truly over and done with. Because I don't know if Loose like puts Mazino in another portal or something, or tries to do something, and then Gustang and Traumeré continue. I don't know if then they try to fight around Mazino and don't listen. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm going to reserve my judgment. But I will tell you guys this, and it's probably going to upset a lot of you. When it comes to the many years of blog posts and hype, lore drops, and just the things that these family heads could truly do. And remember, I've been reading Tower of God for over a decade. When I caught up to Tower of God, we were in season 1, the last examination. I am not new here, so I have been reading this on a weekly basis for many, many years. To me, overall, I'm disappointed by this showcase. I think the abilities in terms of hacks and OPness and being able to distort time and space and burn intangible things like concepts, absolutely things that I expected the family heads to do. It's not completely a wash, but honestly, I'm hoping that maybe there's just absolutely tiers to this. Like maybe Traumeré and Gustang are towards the bottom level when it comes to the 13 Great Warriors. And if we see Kunadwan and Ariehan in action, perhaps, they're going to be a lot more impressive. But I'll leave that there. Gustang seems to be on fraud watch, is what the streets are saying. Because if you kind of remove the Okbi and the kind of powers it gave Gustang to judge a sinner or someone who was guilty, given to him by V, and then Blossom's Flame that was given to him by Eurasia, his bag itself, the scriptures, the text, the literature, the books, it didn't seem too deep. And some people are saying if you kind of remove some of the outside items and help that he got, he wasn't that impressive. And Traumeré came out looking more impressive, which I actually agree with. Remember, I chose Pobedal Gustang to be the winner. And I would actually argue if this fight was over in this chapter because Mazino interrupted it, I would give the win to Traumeré. Traumeré to me would be like in a fighting game if in 99 seconds no one's HP went to 0, but Traumeré has more HP than Gustang. Gustang's missing an arm, his body is mangled, his clothes are in tatters. Although Traumeré did somewhat kind of heal himself when he absorbed all of his 7 creatures, whatever the case may be. But a win is a win. So I actually do think Gustang lost this and was losing for the most part. What I can't tell is if he knew he had Blossom's Flame or not, though. It seems that he was thinking about burning the concept of evil and trying to work his way through, this is not my friend anymore. I gotta take him out. But a part of him was being held back by something, but when he, I guess, somewhat accepted it, Blossom's Flame was able, Erasia's her name, Blossom's Flame was able to come through and start burning Disconnect. I think a lot of people were right when they said Disconnect is a hard counter to, I guess, literature come to life, fiction come to reality, which is like Gustang's main kind of ability in scriptures and whatnot, though we do know he's supposed to be really good with medicine. But it looks like maybe Blossom's most destructive flame, which is the most destructive flame in the tower, we'll circle back to that in a second, seemed to be a hard counter for Disconnect. Now I want to make something very clear, because I feel like it didn't come across that well in my stream, but I'm probably going to dedicate a small video to this. The Yeon family is known for their fire. Le feu. Flames. Embers, if you will. Right? That is their thing. Now, we know they have 2 types of flame. The healing one, which we have seen in action to some degree through Ayu, Aguero, and was it Woon? his name was, the guy who helped wake him up and stuff like that. So we know there's healing flames, but they were supposed to have the most destructive flame in the tower, the primeval flame that Yan Yirang or Yan Hannah, I don't even know what we're calling her anymore, got. Apparently Ivanka got this flame too. But if Blossom's flame is the most destructive flame in the tower, does that mean that her flame is stronger than the family head of the Yan family's best destructive fire? Because they're supposed to have a fire that saves anything and one that destroys everything. Or is the difference that Blossom's flames can be extinguished, but the one from Yirang cannot be? Not sure. This does not make the Yan family like trash or necessarily on fraud watch to me, but like I'm squinting my eyes, I'm tilting my head, and I'm kind of like, that's weird. That's suspicious. Imagine a family was known for like having the fastest people. Like we're the speed family. We're like the Sonic family. We got Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, everyone's fast. But there's like, oh yeah, but this family head from this family is actually the fastest person in the tower. That doesn't take away from overall this family's the fastest, but the actual person with the most speed is elsewhere. It just kind of like knocks the fact that your family is specifically known for this. But maybe it all makes sense in due time. And yeah, Mazino comes in at the end, interrupts it. Looks like he was able to punch everything from the literature to the fire to the creatures to the disconnect to the flesh wall of malice that Tromray put out, and was like, stop fighting. Do you guys think that he's actually strong enough to take on 2 family heads by himself? Is he actually that much stronger than them? Not entirely sure what you guys are thinking there, but ultimately, I did enjoy the chapter. I have a lot of questions. I'm hoping they're answered sooner rather than later, though I do think he's going to switch perspectives and go to Bam and company. And who is he with right now? And Dorsey, Holland, and Enkidu and Belleria. So that remains to be seen. But ultimately, it was a good chapter. I thought the last 2 were some of the weaker ones we've gotten in some of the most, with some of the weaker ones we've gotten in previous weeks, but I don't think they're bad by any stretch of the imagination. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All your thoughts and comments and opinions. Are you disappointed in Gustang? Are you disappointed in Tromray? Are you disappointed in this fight? Should it end here? What is up with Urek Mazino? Does he seem all over the place to you guys? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Oh, lastly, I really like the line where Gustang was like how he made a mistake, I guess you could say. Like he lost Eurasia during the end incident because he thought maintaining the tower's stability was more important than protecting his own daughter, and he felt like maybe he lost the spark, the ember that Eurasia gave him because she left him as a result of that. But it was hard for me to gauge if he knew we had the fire or didn't have the fire. Let me know what you guys think. Did he know or did he not know? Did he have a feeling? Was he unsure? Talk to me.